this is a game that I'm going to play, which I may or may not play already on PC or a beta before, but we are going to play Path of Exiles and play this for 1 hour. I won't go into detail, but I'm going to play this game until 4 o'clock. That I might get this game off my radar. Because frankly enough, this is one of those games where it's a Diablo clone, but it has more content compared to Diablo 3, but it takes a lot of storage space and it takes a lot of it has too many upgrades and it's always online DRM. So I can't play this game without a connection, and pretty much I can only play this if I have one. And also, my face cam is broken, so I can't even see well. So anyhow, this game has a lot of content that it has. And what makes this game usually different is that it's kind of similar to Diablo 3 in the sense that in order to add skills, you need to usually equip some of your items, and also you need to put a lot of gems that give you more skills, and some of these will give you more actual after skills. And it's kind of complicated because this game is really kind of confusing to understand. You need to have a lot of passives if you want to use this well. And this game works well on Xbox One. Doesn't really work well on consoles or anyone else, but might get this game off my radar. Now, the thing is about this game is that this was a free-to-play game, and it was supposed to be a dark horse equivalent to Diablo 3. But of course, it's not usually the same. It's just a common coffee. And this is hard to handle, and quite frankly, I have nothing else to say about this game but to say the fact. But this game has a lot of content to bring, and because my face cam is blocking my mini map, you can't really see so far, so it's gotta be way more difficult to see. And I guarantee you, it would be difficult to see the minimap with this blocking my way. So one thing about this game compared to Diablo 3 is that you can't really dodge or can't dodge enemies' projectiles or attacks. You can only move and actually move out of the way on your own accord. It's not actually possible to actually move, but this game has a lot more details. Now I play as the witch because I didn't want to get myself killed in front of enemies. But I also want to play as the mage because it actually is more fun compared to other classes, and it doesn't really make any sense to try to usually play as any class. That's how I usually pick. As I said, gaining a level is actually kind of slow. With Diablo 3, it was actually kind of faster, but in Path of Exile, this game takes EXP progressions to another level. 2D Max. It's actually kind of slow in the sense that unless you actually have a lot of patience, trying to actually progress to the game, to the main campaign, it's gotta be way more difficult. And I say this because this game takes about a couple of hours to finish. And mind you, this game takes a lot of time to even get to level 60. The way EXP progression works is that you actually have to grind until you actually get to a certain level. And sometimes skill points are only 1 point, so you have to be careful how much where you put it. And also, the vast majority of your EX points are actually kind of slow. And you do affect. Also, when it comes to setting up your equipment, your inventory, you can't actually equip a bow as a witch because your magic is actually kind of overpowered to the point, and you actually need to now you actually have to be careful of where you actually now I actually increase it to my casting speed. Part of the reason why I picked the witch because the class actually has a lot of affinities that make you mostly overpowered. And as I said, the more you grind, the more you could actually survive longest. So you can pretty much grind until much later, and that's all you really do. That's grind. Now you're supposed to get some decent armor, but the RNG in this game is actually kind of random. And I don't know about the RNG in this title, but I would imagine it's actually kind of rigged. You also could attack without coming close, so that's good.
Clatter.
I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do, but so there's a lot of inventory management you need to do, and sometimes it usually takes a while. I'm not sure how much currency that we have, but so we have the coast. And this is only Act 1, so I can already imagine this going to take a lot of impact.
Too much clutter.
Sometimes there are enemies that would take a double the amount of damage that is really too OP. And sometimes you could take a lot of AoE damage if you're not really careful.
Too much clutter.
And even if you did get a lot of a decent gear, try to get a decent gear. It's actually kind of different. Now here's it. When it comes to actual damage, I don't usually recommend creeping out of that's not probably a crash. It's like there's a lot of weapons that don't do a lot of damage, and they're not really that necessary. And in this game, damage actually matters to the point. It's kind of similar to World of Warcraft, but
Too much clutter.
it's not actually the same. The vast majority of this game is actually kind of random, but you can actually sell for actual gold. Now they don't tell you how. They don't tell you how to. I want to say that they don't really tell you how to see how much currency that you have. Also, most of the combat is on. Most of the combat is actually set to real time, and because this game is always online DRM, you can't pause the game and thus be on your merry way. You actually have to go back to town and actually sell your stuff. And the thing about this game is that you have such small inventory space that you can't really hold every item possible. I played this game when I got the chance, and really, if you want to fast travel, you actually have to go to a waypoint. For the most part, it's not that bad. It's just decent. And the thing is that I don't even know how much money that I have. In terms of currency, there's a lot of items you don't even need.
Hello. Hello.
So you do get. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. There is no currency. I also figured out there is no currency in this game. You may get sometimes you might get some items that might increase your health, but as I said, it's really consistent. And you only get these papers. You don't get a lot of you don't get currency, at least that's what I'm assuming. You only get scroll fragments which you can use to make a scroll of wisdom, which are only possible if you get and apparently if you lose you might be able to usually get a lot. I don't know. Also,